What is up, college sports fans? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at how the Big East Conference is absolutely killing it in the transfer portal this offseason. We're going to take a look at each team's pickups and then talk about how the conference is improving as a whole afterwards. So I'm ready to get right into it. I just want to say real quick, hit that subscribe button. The stats show that not many of my viewers are actually subscribed, so please hit that subscribe button. It helps your boy out a lot. Also, drop a like. It helps share the video around more. And yeah, guys, without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, guys, the first team we are going to be talking about is Providence. Now, Ed Cooley has completely reloaded this team through the transfer portal this offseason. And it all started with former South Carolina guard Devin Carter. I mean, this guy still has 3 years of eligibility remaining, and last season for the Gamecocks, he averaged 9 points a game, 4 rebounds a game. I mean, this guy could turn into something great on Providence. Next up, also Noah Locke out of Louisville. Last season, he averaged 10 points a game, 2 rebounds a game, and he has just 1 year of eligibility remaining, but I think he could help Ed Cooley's team a lot this next season. They also picked up Clifton Moore out of La Salle. 1 year of eligibility remaining, and last season he averaged 13 points a game, 6 rebounds a game, and 3 blocks a game, so that could be a big pickup for them as well. They also picked up Bryce Hopkins, who has a ton of potential, and he used to be on Kentucky this past season, so they have a lot of potential on this team, and they still picked up one more player. They picked up Corey Floyd out of UConn, so he's staying in conference, heading over to Providence to play with them. So they got a load through the transfer portal this offseason. When I say that Ed Cooley reloaded through the portal, I mean he reloaded. So Providence looking to finish back at the top of the Big East Conference again this next season. Next team we're going to be talking about is St. John's. The Big Red Storm has been making moves this offseason, starting with former Illinois point guard Andre Curbelo. Now, this guy I like a lot. He has a ton of potential. Last season for Illinois, off the bench, he averaged 8 points a game, 3 rebounds a game, and 3 assists per game. My only critique with him is sometimes he can be a little bit sloppy with the ball, but that is something that you can fix and also improve from behind the arc because he is not a great three-point shooter. Then, man, this would be a heck of a pickup for St. John's. And I think that he can develop that. I think he will be a lot better and have the best season of his collegiate career with St. John's this next season. Next up, they picked up from the Big East Conference, from DePaul. DePaul's best return was going to be DePaul's best returning player this past year, David Jones. Last season for DePaul, he averaged 14 points a game and 7 rebounds a game. So these are 2 massive pieces for St. John's, and I'm very excited to watch this team play next year. And the next team we're going to be talking about is Creighton. And Creighton had one huge pickup, and that's the only one we're going to be talking about, and that is Baylor Shireman from the Jackrabbits. We made a whole video talking about this pickup, and man, it was a big one. Creighton is looking to be a preseason top 5 team, and maybe even the favorites to win the Big East Conference next year. We can talk about his stats real quick again. 17 points a game, 8 rebounds a game, and 4 assists per game, and he has shot 47% from the three-point line. He is going to fit right in this Greg McDermott offense. What a pickup this was for the Blue Jays. And now the next team we're going to be talking about is Georgetown. And Patrick Ewing has done a good job this offseason. I know they had a very bad year last season, but this offseason, it could be looking up for Georgetown and Patrick Ewing because they picked up from LSU Brandon Murray. Last season, he averaged 10 points a game and 3 rebounds a game. They also picked up Aycock from in-conference from UConn. I think that he has potential to be a solid player on this team, especially learning behind Patrick Ewing. Then they picked up Jay Heath from Arizona State, an excellent shooter. Last season for the Sun Devils, he averaged 43% from the three-point line, and he averaged 10 points a game and 3 rebounds, 2 assists. So very, very solid pickups for Georgetown as well this offseason. Next up, we're going to be talking about Butler, and they made some pickups as well. I mean, when I tell you the whole Big East has been making moves, I am not lying. They picked up Eric Hunter Jr. from Purdue last season. He averaged 6 points per game, 2 rebounds a game, and 2 assists per game. But this guy has a ton of potential, and I could see him being a key player for this Butler team. And they also picked up Manny Bates out of NC State. He did not play last year, but again, another decent pickup. He could be a good role player there for Butler. And they also picked up Jalen Thompson from Georgia State. This could be a very underrated pickup in the Big East as well. And probably maybe my favorite move that Butler made, it's either this one or the Eric Hunter Jr. pickup. They picked up Ali from Akron. I mean, I cannot wait to see the Ali versus Acock matchup, man. But Ali averaged 14 points a game, 3 rebounds a game, and 2 assists per game, and shot 40% from behind the arc for Akron last season. So I thought that was a very good pickup by the Bulldogs as well. And next up, we talked about a few players that UConn lost, but they also picked up some players right back. Starting with Naheem out of VTech. He averaged 10 points a game last season for Virginia Tech, and I think UConn can develop him pretty well. They also picked up Hassan Diarra from Texas A&M. Last season, he only averaged 6 points per game, but we all know he hit that one crazy clutch shot, game winner in the SEC tournament. That was clutch, and maybe UConn sees something in him where they can develop him, and he still has a lot of eligibility remaining as well. So 2 solid pickups there for UConn. Now we're going to talk about the Xavier Musketeers, and they picked up one big-time pickup, and that was Sully Bohm out of UTEP. And I know you're saying UTEP basketball, really? But last season, he averaged 20 points per game, 5 rebounds a game, and 3 assists per game. And with the freshmen they have coming in there at Xavier, new coach in Sean Miller, I say new coach, but he's in his second stint there. I think that this could be a very good pickup at the guard position for Xavier. I mean, you don't just average 20 points per game in Division I basketball and not be good. So we might see his numbers go down a little bit, but I think this is going to be a huge pickup in this conference as well. And the last team we're going to be talking about is Seton Hall, and Shaheem Holloway in his first offseason coaching the Pirates. He is making moves. He picked up Femi, and he averaged 11 points per game, 4 rebounds a game, and 3 assists per game for Pitt. And he also picked up Al-Amir Dawes out of Clemson. Last season, he averaged 11 points per game, 3 rebounds a game, and 2 assists per game. He's also bringing in great talent through recruiting, and I think Shaheem Holloway is starting something great to become there at Seton Hall. I want to talk about the 3 teams that I did not talk about because they did not make many moves, if any moves at all. First off, Villanova, they didn't make any moves because they pretty much returned almost all their players. I mean, even though Jay Wright retired, they still have a very good system there. Nobody transferred out. I mean, that is amazing. So they didn't really have to go out and pick up anybody else. Also, DePaul and Marquette, they did not really make any moves. I mean, Shocker Smart, what are you doing? I thought that he would be all about the transfer portal, picking up players. He couldn't get it done this year, maybe in the future. But yeah, those 2 teams not making much noise here in the portal. Also, I want to talk about Imani Bates. He has Hall and Seton Hall in his final 6 teams that he's looking to commit to for next year. So maybe that is DePaul's move right there. But maybe he'll go to Seton Hall as well. Maybe he won't go anywhere in the Big East Conference, but those 2 teams he has on his final 6, so I wanted to mention that here as well. So yeah, guys, most of the Big East have been making huge moves, huge pickups in the transfer portal, and in my opinion, the Big East has definitely won the transfer portal over any other conference. Last season, we saw 6 teams make the NCAA tourney out of the Big East. I'm thinking next year we see at least 7, maybe even 8. I mean, the Big East Conference is going to be one of the best conferences in college basketball next season. It's hard to argue that they are going to be better than the Big 12 because the Big 12 has been so good, but I think the Big East is probably at least going to be the second best conference next season, and I'm very excited to watch these teams play. So let me know what you guys think about these pickups. Which pickup do you think is going to have the biggest impact throughout next season? But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Make sure you guys drop a like and hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a ton. We are going to have a call-in show tonight talking college football, talking college basketball. So make sure you guys come hang out. You can call in, talk to me on stream if you want. Tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it. So yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this one. I'm out.